Alright, in this video we're going to do a quick start guide for those that just want to get into their system and quickly start building tours. So when you get logged in, you come up on your dashboard here, you've got no tours at this point. A couple things to make a note of: make sure you have credits, which if you just signed up, you'll have some credits up there, a subscription. So this user's got a couple of credits, so they're ready to build tours. So to build a tour, the first thing you need to do is create an agent or an owner profile, and you do that by clicking this top row links here. Click on FSD, and then you've got two different pages, one for agents and brokers and one for owners. Now, agents and brokers, these are for real estate tours, regular properties for sale by an agent or a brokerage. And then owners, these profiles are for non-real estate tours. These are commercial properties, properties not for sale, businesses, that kind of thing. So depending on what kind of tour you need to do, the first thing you need to do is create a profile for that tour to go to. If you have no agents or owners, you can't build a tour. A tour's got to be assigned to a profile. So if you're going to have a regular real estate tour, you come to agents and brokers. Over here, click on this add agent. And this will take you into create your agent. You have to give the display name, any of these fields with a star you have to fill out. The email/login name, one thing to note here is, since these are also a login for the agent, you can have the agent log in to the system with this login info so they can get in and make changes to tours. Since their email is their login, each email address can only be used once in our system. So if you happen to have an agent that has already done tours with another photographer that uses our system, it might give you an error. If it does, then you can use the share agent feature or a second email address. So you come in through here, just fill out everything with a star. And there we go. Oh, and I got the error. Email is already in use. We'll just add another test on here. There we go. So that's a good email now. Then it'll take you to the branding page where you can upload a profile pic for the agent and a company logo for the agent. Just make note of these dimensions. They don't have to be exactly this, but at least the proportions must be about the same. So if we don't have to add pictures now, so we'll just cancel out of here. Okay, so now we've got an agent. We are ready to create a tour. There's a couple different ways to do this. The recommended way is to come to this FSD, agents, brokers, or owners if you're doing a non-real estate tour, and finding your agent, and then clicking on this plus tour button. And we'll just give it a fake address for now. Then you'll see down here you've got the tour type. You've got real estate or non-real estate. Agents are 99.9% of the time going to be for real estate tours, so you should never really have to change this, but they can in rare cases do for a non-real estate tour, but for the most part they're always going to be real estate tours. So once you have all this filled out, you just click create. And it brings you right to the page, the Media Manager page, where you can drag in your content. So basically all you have to do is go find your images, videos, whatever kind of content you want on your tour. You can drag all different types of media here all at once. So in this little test folder here, I've got a panorama, a video, a partial panorama, a full spherical panorama, and a still image. So all scene types, you can just drag them all right onto the Media Manager page and they will start to upload. Now it will take a few minutes for them to upload and process, so I'll pause the video until they're finished here. Okay, so at this point all the content has been uploaded and processed. One thing to make note of here is the scene type. We've got a video here, which is correct, partial pano, which is correct, spherical. The system will determine or attempt to determine what type of scene it is mostly based on its dimensions. It does a pretty good job, but once in a while it will see some scenes incorrectly. Sometimes it might see a still photo as a partial pano, etc. And how you change that, like this one, a 360, that's a full 360 pan. It sets as a partial pano. You can just click this drop down, change it, click save, and it will reprocess that image as a 360 cylindrical. So at this point you have a tour. You've got content uploaded. You can hover over this magnifying glass, view tour, and the tour will load. There's the video, and there's our scenes that we had uploaded. So from this point, it's just a matter of adding anything else you might want to put on the tour. You've got background music, hotspots, etc. Now to complete the tour, you do have to go, if you click on this breadcrumb trail here, which shows you where you're at in the system, so we're on FSD tours. On this tour, you can always use this to get back to, like this is the kind of the main tour editing screen. So from here, you'll see this flag over here, WIP stands for work in progress. This means you haven't been charged a tour credit. Nobody that's not logged in to the system can see this tour. It'll give them a this tour is not active link if you were to send the link to somebody. So to complete the tour, you just have to come over here, click this complete tour button, and it will give you a prompt, say you were about to use a tour credit. Okay. Information updated successfully. Okay. So now at this point it changes to uploaded. At this point, if somebody had the link, the tour will still give them a message that says this tour isn't active. You have to do the second step, make tour active. Status updated successfully. And now anybody with the link to this tour can watch it. You can make a tour inactive again, say, if there's a sale pending or the property sells, you can make the tour inactive again. Just come in here, deactivate, and now anybody outside of Fusion can't watch this tour again. So we'll just make it active again. And there we go. At this point, you have a tour, and you can go through and get any add-ons that you might want, and we'll go through those here briefly. So some of these additional services you might want to add the virtual staging. You can actually, that's a separate service that you can upload photos to. If it's an empty room, you can actually add furniture, paintings, that kind of stuff. It's pretty cool. Single property websites, that's so you can purchase a domain that is, usually like the property address. So, in this case, it'd be something like 123teststreet.com, and you can have that point to the tour or a gallery page. An Astro Zoom, that's a video that we can produce. That's a fly-in from space, and it zooms into the property and kind of pans around. AudioPal, that's a text-to-speech engine for adding narrations to a tour. So you can basically type in a box what you want it to say, choose a voice, and it will create a narration. Macro SEO site, that is basically a link with the address in it, basically just for SEO purposes. Then you can also order a 3D VR headset tour, and this is for use with if you have virtual reality goggles and a cell phone. We can build a tour using spherical panos that people can watch with goggles. So then as you go through here, you've just got your different editing section. You can upload more media, upload floor plans, etc. Media Manager, this is the main area where you can come in, drag around the order of the tour, give descriptions, scene titles, etc. You can change the theme of the tour here, add music, video production promotion. You can create an MP4 video of the tour and upload it to YouTube optionally. Thumbnail creator, you can choose the thumbnail for the tour, regenerate flyer. If you make a flyer and make changes, you want to hit that regenerate flyer. Then you've got your different editors down here. Scene editor, if you want to change anything with a pano, the speed, still images, you can change Ken Burns effect, etc. So all the different editors here, edit hotspots, edit the flyer. And then down here, property info, this is where you can change the address, description, price, bedrooms, bathrooms, all that kind of stuff, at least on a real estate tour. And last couple ones here that are really important. Deliverables, this is where you go to actually deliver your tour to your customer. So you come into this page and you've got all of your links that your customer might want. So you've got the regular branded tour link, and these are all live. So if you click them, it'll actually play the content. So that's the branded tour, non-branded tour. You've got some gallery links here, iframe links. Those are for basically putting on a web page. Flyer links, etc. Pretty much anything that your customer might want. You've got the download section here. This is individual download link. That's a page that they can go to download the content that's on the tour. Or you can send them, this is the tour media zip file. This will package up all the content of the tour, all the imagery, any videos, and put it into a zip file. And this link will then allow your customer to download that file and have their images. You can also do resize tour media. You specify a width and a height and a resize type. So this is, if the images aren't exactly the same size, you can force them one way or another here. Tour video, if you've made one, will show up, the link to that will show up here. They can download that. And then you've got some HTML code down here these are for embedding on a website. This is a graphic that basically says, take a tour. People click it, it plays the tour. Play thumb, this is actually a thumbnail of the tour or of the property with a transparent play button over it. When people click, the tour will play. And then down here you've got the embed code. This will actually embed the tour on a web page. So it'll play in a little window right on the page itself. So you'll notice all of these switches over here to the right of all these links. You determine what you want to send your customer by clicking these red or green. If you make them green, that link will go in an email to your client, and you can email them right from this box. So you basically just put in their name, email address, and a message if you want, and then you click send. And if you haven't compiled these packages yet, the image packages, it'll give you this little prompt that's saying that basically it needs to compile all the imagery into that zip file. Click yes, and it will go through and compile those zip files and make them ready for download. So at this point you have an active tour and you've delivered it to your customer, and you can go through and edit it anytime, adding music, adding hotspots, any of those things as you wish at any time. So you'll want to be aware of, as you want to edit the tour further to add features, if you go up to this Learning Center right here, there are all kinds of videos for pretty much anything you might want to do to your tour. Background music, hotspots, floor plans, editing Ken Burns, panos, pretty much anything that you might want to do. There's going to be a video over here in the Learning Center. So as you want to add stuff to your tour and you need a little assistance, you can use this Learning Center as a resource. There's a lot of good stuff in here.